to love. Keep watching. Cheers.
Hi everyone, so shout out to VOP TV.
Hey everyone, this is Desmond Elliott hanging out at Colgate Face of Africa. I'm saying keep watching, don't change the dial. This is VOP TV. Fatima.
VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Good morning. It's the start of a beautiful day. Or start your day right with a healthy dose of news, fun, and inspiration. Join us on VOP this morning for the latest news, trending topics, and uplifting stories to set your day on the right vibe. From news and current events to lifestyle and entertainment, you are covered.
VOP this morning, 8 a.m., Monday through Friday.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hello and welcome to another beautiful edition of the Local Government Voice of the People Television. It promises to be exciting, so much happening in the football world, and of course for the blockbuster weekend of the World Cup qualifiers. So much went down over the weekend, talking about on the continent of Africa and all around Europe as they all jostle to qualify for the World Cup. And we understand that some African countries have already booked their tickets, and we'll see what's going to happen in Group C, where the Super Eagles will have to trade tackles with the Bafana of South Africa. I'm not doing it alone. I have a full house, and of course, Hafiz is here with us, and Maiwa will be joining us virtually as we break down all things football on the show this lovely afternoon. And of course, I know a lot of Nigerians are excited towards the game against South Africa. The South Africans are already overconfident, and they've been seeing a lot of things on the comment section. They're going to blow the Super Eagles away. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. Anyway, they say time will tell. Time will tell. Time will tell. Anyway, it's not their fault. We found ourselves in a very tight situation, and the South Africans are riding on that situation. Hafiz, how was your weekend, first of all, and taking a look at the Super Eagles game from there?
Yeah, a very good evening to all, and yeah, my weekend was was good. At least we got the win. Like you said, it was a fascinating weekend. Morocco has sealed their qualification to the World Cup, and there are some other teams. Look at Cape Verde, Cameroon; they are dragging it out, and then we can always wish for the giants of Africa, Nigeria. Please, there are a lot of countries going to the World Cup now. Please just try and be there. It's looking bleak, to be very honest. We have to be real. It's looking very bleak. But then that's why we have the mouth-watering encounter with South Africa to set up all 3 points or nothing. South Africa know that if they get these 3 points, I mean, it's so good for them. They just have like a little to do just to qualify for the World Cup. But Nigeria, we know that just to get into second place, just to get to the playoffs, whatever FIFA or CAF comes up with the Mokoena case, we need to get the 3 points, and then the boys can only be motivated. Though we have a slight, how would I put it now, a slight, let me say, disturbance because of Osimhen's injury, but then we still have a wealth of attacking options to choose from going into the game against South Africa. So yeah, my weekend was good, and hoping this week too is going to be very, very interesting.
All right. Hopefully the weekend is going to be very much more interesting as far as this one is concerned. Of course, we want to start off the show by giving an update with what is happening in the Sport Writers Association of Nigeria. And of course, just over the weekend, it was official as talking about the elections for the Lagos State chapter of the Sport Writers Association of Nigeria is beaming and, of course, getting closer by the day as the chairman of the Electoral Sports Committee, talking about Sir Victor Eyinaya as a short sport journalist in the state, that this committee will be fair to all in the conduct of the election, that will usher in a new executive committee in the chapter. And of course, the SWAN, as electoral committee is usually called, released a timeline for the election early on Saturday in a statement signed by both the chairman, talking about Sir Victor Eyinaya, and of course the secretary, my humble self, Jerry Apello, and of course I'll be given the responsibility of being the secretary of the SWAN, talking about the Sport Writers Association of Nigeria elections, which comes up this October. And of course, it has been revealed that an electoral process will take place to usher in a new electoral committee. And of course, it started on Friday, the sales of forms, as of 5th of September, and of course will end on the 9th of October. And we understand, according to his statement, SWAN will commence with sales of nomination of forms, and we understand that the position of the chairman, the secretary, the treasurer, and of course, there's also the position of talking about the finance secretary, and of course, the welfare secretary in that aspect, in that order. And of course, the sales and submission of forms will be completed as at Tuesday, 30th September 2025, before the election comes up on the 9th of October. And of course, we also know that the screening will be done on the 3rd and 4th of October this same year, while elections will hold October 9 at the SWAN Secretariat of the National Stadium in Surulere, Lagos. So I just decided to share that information with the sportive fraternity, and of course let everybody know how to prepare. You might be interested in contesting, I don't know. But the chairmanship position,
it's really nice, but then, it's always good to, for elections like this, to usher in, new heads, just to take the Sports Writers Association of Nigeria forward. So it will be nice to see what comes out of the election, and let's hope it's free and fair.
Yeah, definitely. As the secretary of the committee, I want to assure that the elections will be free and fair, and of course I will do my best alongside the chairman, and of course another member, talking about Joshua, who is also a very active member of the committee. It's a 3-member committee, and of course being part of it, along with the national, talking about the national president, and of course the national supporting and making sure that the election goes.
There has to be some credibility.
Yes, to make sure that everything is credible. But we'll be updating our viewers and updating the sportive fraternity as far as Lagos SWAN is concerned. But let's talk about the Super Eagles, which is in the spotlight. The coach of the team, Chelle, made a bold decision by benching team captain William Troost-Ekong in favor of 20-year-old defender Benjamin Frederick in their 1-0 win over Rwanda. Frederick, who made his debut in the Unity Cup, paired seamlessly with Calvin Bassey in the heart of the defense, impressing fans and the coach alike. And Chelsea's decision was reportedly based on Ekong's lack of pace, which opposing teams have targeted in recent games. You saw Benjamin Frederick. Were you impressed? Was it an improvement from what we saw in the game against Zimbabwe with Troost-Ekong?
Well, absolutely. I think Chelle has a point by saying he benched Troost-Ekong based on his lack of pace, because we could see it, in games in the past. Before now, we could see that it was Calvin Bassey holding down that back line. Even during the AFCON, we saw that he wasn't up to pace. It shows maybe because he's aging. I think he should be 32 now. I think because it's aging. Then Semi Ajayi covered well up for him, also Calvin Bassey on the left-hand side during the Pesero era. But now, I think Chelle knows that going into the the last quarter of this World Cup qualifiers, that teams will come at you, endlessly. But even we didn't see that in the Rwanda game. I mean, not until like the last 5-10 minutes of the game when the Rwanda started coming out. But then Benjamin Fredericks, he made his debut in the Unity Cup. He held his own, and I think going into that game against South Africa, showing that it brought something different to that game, other than what Troost-Ekong will have brought. Let's say he has that leadership ability about him as well. But we know that being the skipper of the national team, that's talking about William Troost-Ekong, we need that leadership also on the pitch. But then this is about getting all the 3 points. So if Benjamin Fredericks is young, is still agile, he can do the running up and down, we will need him to partner Calvin Bassey in the game against South Africa, because trust me, what we saw against Rwanda isn't what we'll be seeing against South Africa. They will actually come at us, and we need somebody like Benjamin Fredericks, to partner Bass.
All right, you understand that Maiwa is now with us. I believe he's excited the fact that finally your man Onana is going, but it's on loan anyway. And he's still going anyway.
My fans are happy. Really happy.
I know you are celebrating it, but don't be too excited. He's coming back after his by June next year. He'll come back and finish what he started.
I don't think a lot of let me say Premier League followers. I don't think they are happy that Onana is leaving. We love Onana.
Yeah,
he gives us that
Onana.
content every week. Why is he going now?
We are going to be missing Onana.
We are going to miss him. You're like a father to us.
So you guys are just worried about content. You're not worried about the sanity of Manchester United fan.
You had your time. You had your time. So let us enjoy ours too.
I mean, good one. Onana is leaving. I mean, no top goalkeeper should be a third choice. His performance has dropped. I think he was going to play good football in Turkey. We've seen players go there and make a mark for themselves. So, I mean, since he has dropped down the pecking order, he's now even number 3 behind Laments. So it means there's no opportunity for him to play under Ruben Amorim anymore. So definitely you want to seek, football elsewhere. Coming to the Super Eagles, I think I'm really impressed with the defensive pairing that played over the weekend. I mean, a whole lot of us have said Troost-Ekong is not fully match fit, and it's a good one that the coach actually listened. And the guys that played, Frederick, was very impressive in that particular game, and it shows that if you do your best and you actually show up to be counted, you actually stand a chance to probably hold the shirt in national team. We've said consistently, Troost-Ekong is not the fastest. Troost-Ekong is beginning to ease out of the national team bit by bit. Age is no longer on his side anymore, and Benjamin Frederick stepping up, is an indication that all hope is not lost. They did so well in that particular game. However, the question is this: will they be able to give that same performance against South Africa? The Rwandans came in with a plan. They never really attacked us that much. We had a whole lot of possession in that particular game, and probably maybe that's why we were able to see the best of our players. I'm a bit worried about how we are going to find out against the South Africans that are more attacking minded and not coming to your stadium to probably get a draw. But it's a step in the right direction. I'm hoping, a Simi Diesel and Aroko Dare, they step up again in that particular game. Osimhen will not be playing, and we've been having goal scoring problem. I think in front of goal would not be that clinical, and it showed against Rwanda again. And I hope Chelle and the guys are able to work something else to ensure that we're able to deliver maximum results against South Africans.
Yeah, talking about the South Africans over the weekend, I think the arrogancy was coming annoying. It was so annoying to an extent I almost was going to take a trip down to South Africa. I know they are not friendly anyway. I would have want to risk my life because I still have family to think about. But I would have made my way down to the CAF headquarters to ask them what is going on, because everybody is talking. Look at Lesotho. Imagine the South Africans were even bragging that Lesotho is just all talk, that Danny Jordan has settled them, and they even bragged how they got to host the World Cup. Yeah. That they did everything, both corner and everything, to secure. Imagine indicting FIFA. And South Africa is indicting FIFA.
Did they bring it up publicly?
They did it on social media. They're indicting FIFA. That they know how they got.
But FIFA is corrupt.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's not strange.
So now,
FIFA is corrupt.
So
the
now,
is there with FBI.
Now,
so,
I think we need to ask FIFA to come and clear their name. Not allow South Africans put them in the murky waters because they want to be at the World Cup.
I think we are also trying to cut corner as Nigerians because
we're trying to see the truth and say it. No, we're saying it the way it is.
Why are you having this issue? Oh, this started with Mokoena, right? And I'm sure this is still about Mokoena.
No, it's more than Mokoena now. It's bigger than Mokoena now.
It's beyond
because
Mokoena.
if we appointed a torchlight in that group, The way that group was set up was to make sure that South Africa qualifies for the World Cup.
How did you know that?
How did I know that?
Yes.
It's clear. Let's go through the maths. We did it last Friday.
Yes.
For the benefit of the viewers who are just joining us.
Okay.
Look at that group. Nigeria is in the same group with South Africa. South Africa is the same group with Lesotho and Zimbabwe.
Okay. They played their own games in South
They
Africa.
play both their home and away games in South Africa. Not only in South Africa, in the same stadium. Bloemfontein, talking about in the Free State Stadium.
Free State Stadium, yes.
They play all their games there, both home and away. That means when they are playing Nigeria on their home turf, they are playing in South Africa, in the Free State Stadium, one.
Okay.
Zimbabwe, when they play their home game, they are playing Nigeria there in Free State Stadium.
Alright.
They will play Benin Republic there, Free State Stadium. So that means South Africa, anytime, they can make sure their fans are there to support the team they want to be beaten by Lesotho and Zimbabwe. That's one. Then anytime they are playing Lesotho and Zimbabwe, Lesotho and Zimbabwe will know that home and away 6 points is guaranteed for South Africa. It's not negotiable.
Okay, can I ask this question?
Wait, now this Africa now.
Okay.
There's no way they will tell me that those games Lesotho is going to win those games home and away against South Africa.
Why can't they?
True.
If they play better football, they can't win
So
games.
far, so good. Hafiz, has South Africa lost any game in that Free State Stadium?
No, they
No.
haven't. No, they
Okay.
haven't.
They played draw in none of those stadiums in those games?
No.
No.
No, they've won all the games. That means it has already been prepared by Mosepe and co to make sure that how come South Africa, who is an interested party, is in the same group with another country who is also an interested party? Not one, no. I think it was only Lesotho. I will understand that maybe it was coincidence. There was a pool that was done.
Okay.
It's now two countries using your same stadium and the same group. Please, Hafiz, have you ever heard this thing before? Since you've been watching football, this is the first time.
I know it sounds.
It has never happened before that the host, a team, a country is hosting two other teams in the same World Cup qualifier group. I've never seen it before. This is the first of it. Africa is breaking records. South Africa is doing it.
No, if you are going down
I think Guinness record needs to.
No, if you are going down that lane, at the same time, why not look at it from this angle?
Okay.
Why not do your job and ask questions later? Were South Africans responsible for your draw against Lesotho?
See, it's like
Were South Africans responsible for your draw against Zimbabwe?
It's like Araba is knocking on your door. You say, let me open first and see what the Araba will do.
How?
No, my Araba is knocking on your door. You say, let me see if he has gone.
If you are cited,
or cutlass.
if you are cited the army robber through your key,
you will know whether it's gone.
Call 911. Why did you call 911 before the World Cup qualifier started? You played the games. You went ahead to play the games.
Okay.
Look at Morocco.
Have you been in a situation in Nigeria police? Araba is on your door. You call police.
This is just
Wait, when will police will come and answer you?
Your
Araba would have broken down the door.
Your point is fair, but at the same time, you are just making excuses. Because if Nigeria were at the top of the table, they have done their jobs, they've beaten these teams convincingly, we won't be having talk. It would have just been, let's say, the Mwekona issue, just deduct the 3 points. The 3 points don't even belong to us. It belongs to Lesotho.
Let me say.
Who might even still get ahead of us on the table?
Let me say.
Why not do your job? Morocco has qualified. They beat all the teams they need to beat. Now they can rest, but we are looking at our calculations and
One stop Mosepe from going further with the officiating. Because I've seen, forget about, see, I know a lot of people have said about the Super Eagles not doing their business. Fine. They could take it a step further. The officiating against Lesotho, I'm beaming my searchlights on that game. We played 1-1. There was even a goal that was scored. Even a goal that was scored against Rwanda. That Osimhen's goal is a 100% goal.
Now
that goal was not offside.
We should hold calf to the fact that maybe VAR wasn't even present or wasn't working.
VAR, the officials are acting a script.
But why
did you see that Victor Osimhen's goal?
Why do you think Nigeria is the only one?
Was it not a goal?
Why do you think Nigeria is the only one?
Even the game against Rwanda, there was also in the first leg, there was a goal that was cancelled. That was actually a goal.
All this.
A second ago, yeah, true.
So
Jerry Maiwa,
the thing is that when we are going to court, and I hope I wish the NFF can hire me because I will build a case before CAS based on all of this. Maiwa, go ahead.
See, but I feel the thing is this. I'll give a typical example. In that same group, Benin Republic, they play all their home games in Cote d'Ivoire.
In Cote d'Ivoire. Why did they come to Nigeria and play their game?
Why is it difficult for Lesotho and Zimbabwe to go and play their game in Tanzania or in Kenya? Those are very close countries to them. Why are you playing?
Why must it be South Africa?
In South Africa,
and it's approved.
And it's party, and it was approved by CAF. The CAF not see it. Say, hold on, you might want to blame Nigeria all we want.
Yes, we didn't know our own part. Fine.
In as much as Nigeria messed up, this should not be happening. That's the major thing. It should not be happening in the FIFA organized, supervised by CAF association competition. FIFA organized the competition.
This is illegality.
It was legality.
In plain sight.
Can I ask you both a question?
Yes.
If Motsepe was not the president of CAF, are we going to be having this conversation?
They won't approve the conversation. No, if Motsepe was not president, this will not be approved.
You have not done it.
No.
I'm still standing.
If Motsepe was not president, this will not be approved.
Hold on.
Even Isayatu, as controversial as he was, he won't try this.
You think he won't?
Go and check the history of World Cup qualifiers.
Let's let people know.
Cameroon hosts Nigeria, hosts Ghana, and the same.
What's the criteria of selecting teams for African World Cup qualifiers? Is it by coefficient or is it by you sharing borders with your?
No, you're not getting it. Whether it's by coefficient or not, the fact that there's an interested party in that group and the other two teams, they don't have a stadium. And you are allowing them to play in the interested party stadium as are using that place as home. Does not. It is conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest. That means Lesotho can easily take dollars and let's go.
Yeah,
and let's go. And the people are afraid for their life because they know their home and away games is at the mercy of South Africa.
Yeah, I'll give you an instance.
Okay.
Before that game, the FA chairman of Lesotho came out and started shouting about Mokwena.
All of a sudden.
Suddenly he said they are not pressing any charges again.
Suddenly.
They are not going forward again. Suddenly.
He changed his mind.
After coming out. Let me give you another example.
Okay.
If you go back to the just concluded season in Europe, Crystal Palace and Lyon. Crystal Palace qualified for Europa League because of the FA Cup. Lyon. That's zero. It should not be happening in Africa. It should not be happening in a FIFA organized tournament. Forget Nigeria did not do their part. This is issue of conflict of interest. It should not be happening at all.
All right, since we have a caller, Maiwa, let's take this call. Hello.
Hello, good morning from Chicago.
Oh, Taurit from Chicago. Great to have you.
Yeah, I mean, thank you guys for what you guys are discussing today. Because I'm sorry to use this word, because our FA, they are daft and they are dumb. That's why. Because they think they can see there. Because let me tell you this. This can never happen in the Western world. It can never happen.
Never.
It can never happen. You allow them to go to allow the opponent to go and play in the same city, the same stadium with the other opponent. No, it can never happen. But our halfway, they already think they can see something. I don't know. Maybe the picnic already promised something from the Musapi or whatever. Look at what happened right now. We are the one that are dealing with all this rubbish. I mean, this can never happen in any Western country at all. They don't see it. We should have seen that before that is coming. This is like Ojoro, but hey, we tied ourselves, we rope ourselves. Now what can we do? Let's just wait and win tomorrow. Maybe